Good morning, everyone. Absolute Cyber Services, an ACS corporate, are absolutely proud to announce its partnership with Bitdefender as an MSP partner. Now, what does this mean to any of the customers that are in any of the corporate groups under the ACS corporatization network? So, currently, we offer two antivirus services, either ESET or Kaspersky. Moving forward, we are wanting to move on to an MSP model where you will be billed monthly rather than yearly. Now, we understand that there are certain types of customers that will not be able to have that. So we will be able to move you into a separate part of the other organization so we can still provide you with the antivirus and Bitdefender, but on a yearly plan rather than monthly. This still means that you'll get support and updates for yearly. The difference is being with MSP, you will get support, updates, everything included. So when it comes to the end of the year, for example, you will still be getting the major release after that because it is a month by month contract. This also means that you would get an added layer of protection because the MSP is also trained with Bitdefender technical support. So my team behind will liaise with Bitdefender on technical issues, and if we cannot fix the issue, we will be able to put it into a higher team so the case gets resolved in a more prompt manner, especially when it comes to the educational customers. That is extremely important for a school network that is impacting on children's education. And education is absolutely important to anyone, regardless of customer or where you are. Now, we do understand that there are certain types of customers that will have quite a few questions, so I'll try to cover them in this video. So the first one is updates, because some schools or county councils govern that you cannot run the latest version because they believe running two versions prior is more secure. So here is version 10, here is version 8. So version 8 is apparently the most secure, even though version 10 is the latest. So what will happen is you will install the agent on the machine, and then you will have to set a custom policy so it only updates every week or two, for example. Whereas normally by default it would update between 10 and 4 hours depending on how you've set the policies on your network to update the agents. That's one of the main questions. Number two, for customers that have a virtual appliance of their current security platform, you will have to be moved not into the MSP network but into the yearly reseller because Bitdefender are only offering the virtual platform in yearly billing. But we do recommend moving to the cloud because there's a lot more advantages of that compared to going to on premise. Especially one of them is storage. The second one is lower costs because you've moved on to the MSP plan. Thirdly, if things go wrong, it is up to your IT people to originally look into the issue to try to diagnose because when I or any of my staff or Bitdefender will come on, we will not be looking at the network issues of how you've configured it. We will be purely looking at the console and the settings that you've made. So if it is a network issue, we will not be able to assist any further, unfortunately. This is why we wouldn't like you to move to the cloud, because you install the agent detects gravity zone in the console, it will then deploy policies across depending on what groups you're in. So group 1 is staff, group 2 is students, group 2 doesn't have access to Facebook, but staff actually do. Staff can actually access Facebook after 4 o'clock. Students, it's permanently blocked. But actually, in Games Club, they can access games after 4 p.m. Say, on a certain machine, say IT Suite 01 or all computers on the network. And that way it could be dependent on the username that logs on. Now, we also understand that security is a big risk, and especially when you move into a new antivirus vendor, that you will have concerns. But Bitdefender constantly run their own reports, as well as Garther, Capita, G2, and they are always number one. and they have been for several years. They also run several independent tests monthly and yearly, and they are constantly coming out of the top with the platform and the benefits and the solutions that they offer. Bitdefender are constantly investing within their R&D team, within the revenue that they make, to constantly improve the products, the services, and the platform that they offer to partners, to resellers, to MSPs, as well as to customers and to clients, to the end users. Now, what does this mean for yourselves? What this means is you'll be given access to one streamlined platform where you will manage all your partners, your benefits, as well as your customers. Now, the partners would be for like me as the MSP. So, for example, you as a customer will log on and you'll see Gina's High Skill, for example. Under Gina's High Skill, we can see that there is 10 classrooms. Each classroom, say, has got 30 machines. We can set policies for the whole of the system, for every machine. We could set some policies to activate after, say, 4 p.m, like I was explaining for games. But we can make sure that websites are being scanned. We can make sure that your antivirus is up to date. We can configure it to really whatever your requirements are. And this is why I am always pushing or to advise customers to go for a demo so they can see the solution in front of them, as well as seeing it as a live demo, and they can obviously have a trial with that. The reason why that is because my golden rule for when I onboard partners is that I will never test a product unless I have seen a demo. So that way I know that I am onboarding a solution that I see bringing value to me as the MSP or the partner, as well as bringing value to the customers, because you cannot compromise on security. I had an issue once a couple of weeks ago where this vendor, their solution stopped working, and it basically unlocked device protection, web filtering, antivirus, everything. So when children were, say, googling certain images, it could have brought up inappropriate content. And obviously, as a school, that is something that you've got to go in and make sure that it doesn't happen, because there are certain safeguarding and there are certain policies in place to make sure that that does not happen. But if that does happen, you've then got to make sure, well, actually it's happened, what's caused it, when's it happened, why has it done this, what do we need to do to stop this? And that is where our additional monitoring services comes in, because we can monitor clients' networks from our Gravity Zone partner account to see if there are any issues, or we can report in advance. This also fits in with our team of cybersecurity experts behind me, where we can monitor your networks and do reports and remove threats and remove viruses before you even know. That is why our slogan is defeated tomorrow's attacks today, because we have always got to be one step ahead, and this is why we are constantly onboarding the best solutions in the market. We do not second for second or third. We only settle for first and best, and that is either based on support, the product, when an issue is raised, the response time. Because when I first onboarded Bitdefender, I sent them a technical question, and they responded within 1 hour, and they offered a remote session or a consultation over phone call. I sent the email 8 o'clock at night when usually the UK office is shut, and give them credit, they responded and they still offered, we can understand that you're out of office, but would you still like us to cover it? And that is the support that I aim for, and that is the support that I offer my staff. This is why we make sure that Absolute Cyber Services and any product that we offer, the support is 24/7. Now, what does this mean? This means that if there's any issues, you can first log a case through myself as the MSP, or you could go directly to the vendor. But there's one difference. The reseller has to directly go to me for level 1 support. If I cannot fix the level 1 support case, I then send it to my partner at Bitdefender. They will then put it into the system so it goes to the top and it gets seen quicker. Now, The difference being with Bitdefender MSP is I've got to be trained in level 1 and level 2. So we will then look at the case in more detail, and the team behind me will as well. We'll do our normal checks in level 1, and then we'll go to level 2, and we can take it from there. If that cannot be fixed in level 2, the same process occurs. Goes to my account manager Laura. Laura will then put it into the technical support system. Then from there, we'll be able to take it and we'll be able to respond within a correct amount of time. Now, what I love about Bitdefender is if it is not been picked up or been looked into with a proper manner by having a reply, Bitdefender's systems will detect that and will detect actually this is a partner MSP or a reseller case, and that will start an investigation. And actually, that will then put it into the executive queue, where there are dedicated managers that chuck cases to certain employees. Say, right, this is a case you've got to deal with. So they have a normal technical team, and then they have an executive technical team where managers actually pass cases to employees, so it will get done more promptly. So you are trusted by Bitdefender's Gravity Zone and by I as the MSP and partner. This also means that you have a buy-their guarantee, because they are trusted by over 10 million devices worldwide, whether that's laptops, servers, desktops, mobile devices, emails. Some of the corporate customers of Bitdefender are TUI in the airline industry, are BMW. Also, some of the medical hospitals around the world are trusted by Bitdefender. Now, because they have such a renowned reputation, you would think that when an issue happens, a mistake will happen. But Bitdefender, with their solution, are always on top of it. And they make sure that there's no downtime. And if they ever need to do maintenance to the Gravity Zone portal, they will put a notification to Gravity Zone portal and also send an email to you. Like the other day, they were doing maintenance on the UK between 8 PM and 10 PM. So I was unable to log in, but all policies that were set before then were still being applied and machines were still being protected. Now, that is a little disadvantage, but you've got to understand that companies have got to improve their products by doing maintenance. Especially in the security company, you've got to make sure that you're secure. Because if something goes wrong with the security vendor company, that is quite serious. Because you think as a security vendor that they would be on top of it. Now, I know with a lot of my corporate customers and large customers, especially customers with 25,000 plus machines, that it will take time to roll out and it isn't just going to happen overnight. And we do understand that there are several ways that this can be deployed, whether that's Active Directory, whether that's group policy, whether that's SCCM or MDT, or even a local install. We will guide you on what we believe is the best practice on how to tackle this issue. But when it comes to the larger corporate customers, like I was saying then, 20, 25,000 plus, we recommend that you trickle it out. That way you could do it to 200 machines, for example. And if something happens, then you can make a note and let Bitdefender and I as the MSP know that actually this has happened. So we can let Bitdefender know that to improve that maybe there's an issue with mass deployment. And I could say, actually, Tom, we're going to release an update now. Because sometimes when you do a mass rollout, things can go seriously wrong. But what I love about Bitdefender is everything. I'm always very dubious personally about adding partners and removing partners and, moving companies from one vendor to another. But as I was saying to my account manager at E92, who's my distributor, Josh, I wish I did this sooner. I wish I did this 6 months ago. This has got to be one of 3 partners that I have added on in the last 2 weeks that I am so excited to play with. to have a look at their solution, to look into more detail, and to start rolling out and promoting it. If you have any further questions, you can contact us on our website, which will be in the link in the description. If you would like a demo, please let us know and one of our solution experts will contact you with your requested demo with any vendor. Now, we are also in the process of letting customers know that when we are rolling out BitDefender or removing other partner solutions, we will let you know in advance what to do if they're being removed and the plans moving forward, or when we're rolling out a new technical solution, how to do it, when we're going to do it. If you need any assistance, you can book a date, time, etc. in diary with us, and our teams will do it. So that way, you can sit back, relax, drink a cup of coffee, and our team have got your back covered. So, to confirm, we are more than happy to announce our BitDefender MSP relationship. We look forward to doing many sales with BitDefender moving forward. This also means that prices will be cheaper compared to the traditional reseller model. But always remember one thing, you cannot compromise on security. Price is insignificant compared to a data loss or a data breach. But I can assure you that BitDefender has got your back covered, just like Absolute Cyber Services has and the ACS Corporation Network, with all of its fantastic solutions for anything from backup to recovery to network security. You name it, we have your back covered 24/7, 365 days a year. We are a call, email, or a message away. No request is too big or small. Thank you for BitDefender for allowing us to become an MSP, and we look forward to doing business with you in the future. And thank you to the customers and partners that we work with for the ongoing solutions and bonding that we need to do moving forward to make sure that customers have been rolled out correctly and in a correct and secure manner. We'll also make sure that this does not affect your security on the network, and if there is any required downtime, we'll make sure that that is done at unless a peak time. Whether you remotely reboot a machine at 7 o'clock at night if you plan it, for example, we will guide you on what we believe is best. But note, BitDefender and the Absolute Cyber Services and the ACS Corporation Network has got your back. Day or night, 365 days a year, 24/7. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you once again to BitDefender, and we look forward to doing business and protecting many machines, servers, desktops and laptops with BitDefender. Thank you and bye bye.